ATK in this thing, TKG type of fucking. ATK in this thing, TKG, what is good with y'all, man? Listen, man, we're about to talk about the two favorite words of Twitter, and that's cancel culture. Now, if you just so happen to live on some place that internet is no access to you, or you live under some rock, you don't know what cancel culture is. Well, let culture tell you what cancel culture is. It's when you do something quite douchey or reprehensible to the general public to where they deem that you no longer need to be famous. And so they all get together and say, oh, such and such is canceled. You're canceled. Oh, you're canceled. So whether it works or not, I'm going to show you just five, because there's really about 100 fucking ways you can get canceled to people on Twitter. Well, to people on Twitter is really like 500 reasons. Depending on the person, then it's really like 1,000. But I'm going to just show you a measly 5 reasons as a way you could be canceled in the rap game. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into the first one. I'm getting this one out the way first because it's the most recent one. The baby has literally been getting drugged through the mud. Literally have been getting canceled. There's about 3 that I know of, 3 events that have came out publicly and said, we support diversity, we support, LGBT community, and we don't want anything to do with the baby. He's not going to be performing for us anymore. So they don't want him to be seen there, and they get drugged through the mud too, and you guys could support this stuff and blah blah blah. Now I'm gonna say what the baby said was supposedly homophobic, because now that I listen to it over and over again, I'm a little indifferent on it. But don't take that with a grain of salt, because I'm not trying to get canceled too. But there's some people that have been standing up for the baby, but that's not what we're here to talk about. The baby said something about HIV/AIDS. He said that his gay fans wasn't no nasty gay fans. They ain't no nasty gay niggas. Everything that the baby said, he really shouldn't have said. I don't know why he had to talk about the his gay fans or whatever, but he was already getting drugged through the mud for the Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lane shit, and now this is the nail in the coffin here. So, hard to find out how he's going to bounce back from this, if he does at all. But saying anything slightly homophobic is going to get you... people are going to find out about it. I'm surprised that Tyler, the creator, is having so much success right now, because he definitely was somebody that was extreme. Like, maybe he meant nothing by it. I don't know. That's the excuse they all like to make. But Tyler had a lot of F-bombs dropped in. I'm not talking about the fuck word. I'm talking about the maggot word. I'm not gonna say it just per se, but you know, Tyler was saying whatever he wanted. Really, if you get caught saying it today, if you get caught saying anything derogative towards the LGBT community, they will collectively tell you that you did something wrong. So it's one of the faster ways. It's one of the most effective ways to get canceled. And if you really need, I would usually use about 3 rappers to reference off of and be like, oh, this and that and this. No, look at the baby. he's the main one. Him and Boosie, I guess. Now, I will say this one is more of a temporary canceling more so than a permanent one, because y'all all remember the Lil Pump stuff. Y'all all remember that, his association with Trump, and, even people were looking at Kodak and wondering why, oh my God, like, why are you, to be fair, he did free Kodak. He would have still been serving a sentence right now had Trump not pardoned him. So, gotta be real here. This one isn't long term, because people really just don't people are gonna hate Trump forever, I'm sure. But you know what it is. Say Lil Pump comes out with a song and it has a nice vibe to it. There are gonna be people on Twitter or Instagram that go and say, I can't lie to y'all, I vibe with this song. I mean, it's still, it's still F Lil Pump, but you know what I'm saying, I gotta, you know what I'm saying, I gotta vibe to this right quick. You know, that's what it is. So, unfortunately, this one is not long term. Now, I say unfortunately because Pump really just came off like so pompous here. So like, I'm untouchable. Like, I'm so untouchable. I can, you know, do this with Trump. I could go and, you know, go say I joined ISIS, and, you know, I could say that I support 9/11 and I'll be fine. Oh, that's how popular I am. That's how my fans, and to be fair, his fans do ride for him that way. He literally wouldn't get canceled doing that. Lil Pump just so happens to be impervious to being canceled. But even Akon was sort of kind of getting looked at crazy for being associated with 6ix9ine. 50 Cent was, you know, getting looked at crazy for the association. I don't know. You get seen with, it's like in school when the nerd gets seen with a cool girl, and now the cool girl just all of a sudden seems less popular, and the nerd is still a nerd. So that's the closest thing I could compare it to. But this one isn't long term. I can say that one for certain. Ladies and gentlemen, the man you're looking at right now is Vic Mensah. Now, Mr. Vic Mensah was somewhat of a good rapper. Somewhat. Now, of course, Vic Mensah wasn't loved, wasn't hated. People just knew of him, if you knew of him. And, of course, the guy had his ego problems. Now, verbal sparrings with everyone else aside, fast forward, and Mr. Vic Mensah thought it was okay to diss XXXTentacion for being a woman abuser on a BET event. And of course, X's mom was in attendance. Don't know how she felt about that. Don't even know if she knew if it was about him or not. And of course, Vic tried to justify why he said all the things that he said. And I don't know why he had a beef with this kid. I don't understand it. Because, to be fair, the case for X was thrown out. And some people even say, I've had some people say that, you know, the accuser says that nothing even happened. Or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Now, the biggest part of this is that Vic Mensah himself is a woman abuser. He even admitted to choking his girlfriend. Now, I don't know why he would talk crazy about someone who did the same thing he did. Maybe it was some sort of self-reflecting lesson for himself there. Maybe he saw, you know what I'm saying, a father figure in X. I don't know. Because everyone's going to tell you that X is better than Vic Mensah just out of sheer, you know, spite of Mr. Vic Mensah. Vic is one of the biggest idiots on the planet. He dissed someone who not only had so much popularity at the time. The death of X was still very fresh to a lot of folks. So the pain definitely stung to hear someone just go out and diss him like that. If someone came out and dissed Juice WRLD, oh wait, the last guy you saw in the last slide did that, Lil Pump, for some reason felt like it was necessary to add, you know, taking a bunch of Percocets on a jet line in one of his rock songs. I just don't understand why people feel like it's necessary to do such things, because you already know that the fans of said deceased rapper are going to find what you said, and they're going to always find it offensive, even if it wasn't even, you know, disrespectful. It's just the fact that you mention their name in a neutral, leaning towards negative way, you're going to get drugged through the mud. There's no way you can help that situation. So, of course, Vic's career has not been the same. The guy is virtually a nobody. He's actually been canceled. No one wants to associate themselves with this guy. He's just not it anymore. People don't really care about what Vic is doing. I don't even know if he's talked about it since then, but if he has, there's no point in apologizing and going like, I don't know why I did that. You know why you did that. You want to be that edgy guy that got popular from dissing somebody that a lot of people may have not liked, because he may have did his research and seen that people just really didn't like X. and he sided with that side. Was like, yeah, I'm gonna pander to that side, not knowing that X has way more lovers than haters. So who knows? But dissing a dead person is never gonna go right. And, the next person I'm about to show you could pretty much tell you that talking about a deceased person is probably not the best idea. You know why people think that Lil Xan is a terrible rapper? You know why Lil Xan is always on a top 10 for worst rapper of all time, or worst rapper right now, or worst anything? No, it's not because they didn't like his music, because to be fair, people didn't hate Lil Xan up until this incident where he said that Tupac was boring. No, that's it. There's nothing else he said. He didn't say Tupac was boring and he slept with his mom, or Tupac was boring and he's a bitch or something like that. No. He didn't say anything else. He just said Tupac was boring. That's it. That's all it took for people to say, oh, Lil Xan doesn't know what he's talking about. Not only is he not black, but Lil Xan, he's just this young kid who also makes boring music, and I don't like him now. I used to think he was next up, but since he doesn't like Tupac, and I'm supposed to love Tupac because I was told to love Tupac, I'm gonna not like Lil Xan because of his opinion on someone that I never even met, or even know too much of. I just went off the opinions of the older folk that say that Tupac is undoubtedly the #1 rapper of all time, even though they probably didn't even listen to all his music. Yeah, that's what happened. So Lil Xan can be played anywhere, can't be praised because he said Tupac was boring. It's that simple. It's that easy. It's that easy. Kodak for a second was public enemy #1 because he said that he was better than Tupac and Biggie Smalls. And yeah, Kodak isn't even better than Polo G, Lil TJ. He's not better than a lot of people right now. I was gonna sit up here and name about 10 people. There's a lot of people he's not better than right now. And yeah, I know Tupac and Biggie were probably #2 and #1 and #4, #5 in their time, but never were they trailing a lot of people. Now, Kodak is trailing a lot of people. It doesn't matter how you feel about them. If you have a derogative and or slightly, constructive sounding criticism on said legend, I don't care what you said. These young kids today see, oh, I didn't really like his music too much. It's like seeing somebody say, oh, I didn't really like Michael Jordan that much. They're gonna call you a casual and say, oh, so you must love LeBron, huh? That must be your favorite player ever, huh? If you don't like a legend, you're deemed a casual. If you have a opinion about a legend that everyone else wouldn't share, you're deemed a casual. You're deemed a hater, and now no one cares about your opinion anymore because legends are supposed to be these undoubted, unmesswittable characters that you can't say anything bad about because they've already paved the way for your favorite rappers. Without Tupac, there is no Lil Xan. Don't you understand? Even though they have two way completely different styles. So it really sounds like without whoever the best melodic rapper is, there's no Lil Xan. But whatever the case may be, Lil Xan said what he said, and ever since then Lil Xan has only been in the media for the bad things he's done. Don't care if this guy donates all his blood to Red Cross and donates all his money to every charity in the world. This guy will forever be lauded as one of the biggest losers on the planet just because he said, and I quote, Tupac is boring. That's it. Yes, the EVPs of the rap game, the groomers, the pedophiles, they all, now look, let me say this and let me be stern and clear about it. This right here is the fastest way to lose it all. This is the quickest way to be screwed for the rest of your life. This is the quickest way for you to wind up unmarketable. It's over. The kids are the future. And for them to find out that you love the kids more than you're really supposed to love the kids, it's going to damage your career for the rest of your it's not gonna, like I said, it's not just gonna mess up your career. Your life is over. It's done. It's done. You're done. Look at EDP. Again, another example. Even though we're talking about rappers here, but look at EDP. I didn't specifically put rappers in the title, so yeah, let's talk about EDP. He was wrong for a lot of things he did, and he was still popular amongst it. But as soon as he was, people found out he was a groomer, this man lost everything. The YouTube channel, he has another channel, I guess, that he made, and whatever. He has a website no one fucks with, no one cares for. He's just moving on like he did nothing wrong. But he does not have that same fan base that he had before. His life is done. He won't make the same money he was making before. Look at 6ix9ine, a guy that was rumored to be a pedophile, and amongst it all, he's still sort of kind of surviving. But when 6ix9ine fully gets canceled and or ran up on and murdered, I think 6ix9ine's either going to get killed or he's going to get canceled among the worst canceling in history. He's going to do something reprehensible. Something amongst the other reprehensible things he said and done. But yeah, we can't forget the Tokyo's Revenge situation where a Discord had found out about something that he did, and to this day he hasn't been seen in the media. No one's really heard from the guy. His life, his career may very well be over. He was next up, and now he's not anymore. It's done. Trippie Redd, supposedly messed with Bad Baby when she was underage and whatever, and I don't know. A lot of people were rumored to be messing with Bad Baby when she was underage, and they don't seem to care, really. It's just the fact that Bad Baby, to be fair, Bad Baby has an OnlyFans now, and she has a lot of adult fans over there that have been over the age of 21, while she may have been, under the age of 18 at the time. So it's almost like they were waiting on it to happen, waiting on her to show her titties and show her body off and stuff. It's almost like they were waiting. Well, that's up to them. She's of age now, I suppose. So do as you may, but it just comes off strange, I guess. If you get found out to be look at Drake Bell and Kyle Macy. They get found out for this stuff, they will no longer be looked at in the same light again. And it doesn't matter what they do, donate to charity, if you're seen with a child, they're going to make you look out to be a villain, because you are a villain, realistically. Now, this doesn't ruin some people's careers instantly like others. Like Drake has really been looking groomery, I'm not gonna lie to you, but he's Drake. He can do whatever he wants. Hell, he can slap Nicki Minaj in the face, and then I'm gonna leave it at that. He could do all that and still get away with it. There's some people that are just untouchable in this world, but yeah, Drake is one of them, and I guess Lil Pump, so he thinks. But grooming is a surefire way to not only wind up on everyone's fucking hit list, but you're gonna lose your fame, you're gonna lose credentials, you're gonna lose credibility, you're gonna have to go through a lot of shit to be accepted in the world again. Well, semi-accepted, because you'll no longer be accepted. You're gonna be like a fucking golem that lives in a cave that comes out for food every once in a while and goes back, and that's that, because that's the end of your career, straight up. And that is all I have for y'all today, TKG. Y'all tell me if y'all have seen any other instances of any of these things that I talked about from other celebrities and or people that you may know. Some story times that y'all might want to leave down in the comment section below. I don't know, maybe you have a friend that was homophobic that, got caught, and yeah. So let's talk about it. Get in that comment section. Tell me how y'all feel about all these reasons. Tell me if y'all want a part 2 to this. Also, tell me how y'all feel about this little not show my face style that I'm on right now, because I like it. It's easier to do videos like this. It really is. So you already know what it is, man. Vibe, have a good time, and I will see y'all later. TKG, peace out.
Get that shit dirty old twat.